Alright, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all the praise and the glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Raha, Kodash, which will give me the spirit and the strength to do this lesson. And I also want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, that rule well and teach well, Ba'ashem Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Raha, Kodash, Wa Shalom, Wa Barakim to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, which are scattered abroad and in every place, redeeming the time ready to be saved. Shalom. Alright, just something real quick. I want to get out there in the air. Alright, nothing too long or long-winded. Alright, it's the people voice, and this is the world news. Alright, it says Spain to begin arresting citizens who post disinformation on X. Alright, and this goes beyond X as well, which we're going to read. Alright, so the world is really pushing, the world, when I say world, I mean these governments pushing, to end, all hate speech on these, beginning with X, obviously, and these other platforms. Alright, and this is ultimately, this is the prophecy. The stage is being set for the famine of the word. That's what's brewing here. All right, the stage is being set, for the discontinuation of the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai being heard. All right, on the streets, on these platforms. All right. So let's read on down. It says, Spain has announced plans to arrest citizens who post so-called disinformation and hate speech on their X platform. Alright. So it says, speaking at the World Government Summit in Dubai, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said that his administration will implement five measures to crack down on social media with sweeping consequences for free speech. All right, you see, so this free speech is going to be a thing in the past. All right, that's the times that we're living in. It says first, this is the RT.com reports. It says first, we will change the law in Spain to hold platform executives illegally accountable for many infringements. Alright, so they're going to begin in Spain. So what does that mean when it says first we will change the law in Spain? Meaning there's a sequence. Alright, it's going to spread. All right, it's going to spread to other countries, like America. Okay, you see, everything that we're seeing going on around in external, all these external, all these external problems and catastrophic events. All right, guess what? They're all going to come to America. All right, and I truly believe that, and I'm just speaking as a man. I believe that the famine of the word is going to begin in these other countries, because you have brothers that are you have other prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai in these other countries. All right, and I truly believe, I can see, that that happening, them being the first to close the ministry. All right, then it will come to Babylon the Great. You see, it says first we will change the law in Spain to hold platform executives legally accountable for many infringements taking place on their sites. All right. So what it said, platform executives. See, this goes into not just X, YouTube, what Facebook. All right. All these different platforms. All right. It said he announced, explaining that executives who failed to remove criminal or hateful content will face criminal charges. All right. So what is that going to lead to ultimately? All right, because the executives, all right, are they own these platforms, so they don't want to face any serious charges. So what are they going to do? They're going to remove what they believe are, disinformation or hate speech. All right, and that's what's going to lead. I can see this being the reason why the apostles' videos, or channels, brothers' channels, Great Millstone channels, or even these other camps, IUIC, all that being removed. All right, but primarily the Great Millstone, because we teach hate. All right, hey, the Bible teaches that, and we don't. This is not our doctrine. Keep that in mind. All right, this is the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai. Matter of fact, let me get a scripture real quick in the book of Amos. All right, because we teach what we were told to teach. All right. Salakia. This is the book of Amos, the 5th chapter. Okay. Book of Amos, chapter 5 and 15. Look what it says. It says, hate the evil. All right, hate the evil. All right, see, the scriptures teach us to hate. All right, to hate the evil. And who are the evil? All right, who are the top of that? The Edomites. All right, matter of fact, let me see. This is what it says. See what it says in NLT. Okay. See the word evil. And this really goes into the wicked. See, there you go. What it says right there. Wicked. And who is the wicked? To be wicked. So it's really going into the wicked. All right. And you got 2/3 of our people. See, the wickedness. All right. Because they're on the forefront. The Edomites on the forefront. All right, so it says hate the evil, all right, and love the good. So yeah, let me read that again. Hate the evil, all right, which is what Esau, and love the good, and establish judgment at the gate. All right, and that's what we do. All right, the judgment of this place is being proclaimed on highways and byways, all right, by the men of the Lord. You see, it said, it may be that the Lord, power of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. So the point is that the scriptures say hate the evil, right? So we teach that, it's part of the doctrine. So we're definitely targets. All right. So once again, said first, we will change the law in Spain to hold platform executives legally accountable for many infringements taking place on their sites, he announced, explaining that executives who fail to remove criminal or hateful content will face criminal charges. Most jurisdictions view social media sites as platforms rather than publishers, meaning users themselves are responsible for the content they post. Sanchez's proposed change goes beyond the scope of the EU's Digital Service Act, which mandates fines for platforms that fail to remove disinformation after being alerted to it. See? It says Sanchez did not explain what constitutes hateful content, while the text of the DSA does not explain the term disinformation. Sanchez said that his government would also turn algorithmic manipulation and amplification of illegal content into a criminal offense. Track and study how digital platforms fuel division and amplify hate. They will hate. It said ban social media use for under 16s and launch a criminal investigation into alleged offenses committed by Grok, TikTok, and Instagram. During his speech, Sanchez personally singled out ex-owner Elon Musk, accusing the billionaire of spreading disinformation about his decision to grant amnesty to 500,000 illegal immigrants last week. On Sunday, Musk accused Spanish MEP Irene Montero of advocating genocide after she declared that she wants a replacement of right-wingers by migrants. Alright? It says Sanchez said that 5 other European countries, which he called a coalition of the digitally willing, would pass similar legislation. See, like I said, this be like they said, they began in Spain, but it's going to spread. You see, like I said, you got prophets out there in these other countries. All right, said it would pass similar legislations. France passed a much narrower bill banning under 15s from social media last week, while Greece is very close to announcing a similar ban. Reuters reported on Tuesday. Alright, I think that was it on that. Yeah, that was pretty much it on that. But, just to, some news you can use. Alright, and we in them times where this word will no longer be available on the internet, on these platforms. Alright, no more posting scriptures, no more doing shows. That is closer than we think, man. Alright. Let me see. Joel. this is the book of Joel. Alright, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 15. It says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened. Alright. Now, we know that this is also going into literally, speaking literal about the, nuclear destruction. But this is twofold. Alright. It's going also into this knowledge, this wisdom. Right? This knowledge and this wisdom is known as the moon and the sun. Wisdom and knowledge. And it said it shall be darkened, meaning it will be no longer available. Alright? No longer seen. Alright? Get that word.
Strong's H 6937. Kader.
Says to grow dark. Didn't get what I'm looking for. Alright, so that word goes to obscurity, It said not discovered or known about. Uncertain. That's what's coming. Hidden. Unclear. Unknown. You see? So once again, it says the sun and the moon shall be darkened. Right? It's knowledge. Alright? And it says, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Alright? And who are the stars? Hey, that will be you brothers, man. You prophets out there with the light. And how do we know that? What do Yahweh say? Let me get that real quick. He was in Matthew, the 5th chapter. Yeah, Matthew 5. Matthew 5 and 14. This is Yahweh Shah. This is what he said. He said, ye are the light of the world. There you go. Ye are the light of the world. You see? A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. That's right. Yeah, and so in that house, it enlightens. That's what Yahushua is saying here. It said, let your light, verse 16, let your light so shine before men. Alright, and this is what we're doing now. Alright, this is what we're doing now. But a time is coming where that light is going to be withdrawn. Alright? It said, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Alright? But like I said, it's coming a time where that light will be withdrawn. It's another one, Daniel. Slacky. What the hell? Daniel 12. This is Daniel 12:3. It says, and they that be wise, alright, who is this? The prophets. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, right? And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. There you go. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. So you go Joel 3 chapter 15, the sun and the moon shall be darkened. Right, this knowledge. Right, and it says, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. There you go. You see? So yep, the time is coming where this word will not be found. Alright. So let Lord win us edifying till next time I say shalom.